Bonjour à tous et à toutes, et bienvenue pour une autre semaine de français. Welcome back, everybody, to another week of French 101. This is week 7. By the end of today's lesson, students will be able to use informal expressions to express the time, list a schedule of events, including at what time the event occurs, and finally, utilize the 24-hour clock. So here I've included a picture of Les Alpes Suisses. So this is a lot of the language that we're going to be using today can be used in the context of traveling. So making sure that you catch a train or a plane on time is important. But this is part of the French-speaking world that's outside of France. Okay, pour commencer, quelle heure est-il? So here we've seen this question before when we were learning about the numbers, but we're going to learn a little bit more detail about telling time. So, quelle heure est-il? Il est 1 heure. This we already know. Il est 2 heures. Again, we already are familiar with this. But we have some other important and maybe a little bit less formal expressions. We have il est 4h15. So here we have 4:15. We could say 4h15 if we wanted to, but in order to maybe sound more natural, we would say 4h15. So basically 4:15. Il est 5h30. So in English we might say half past 5. Here we'll say 5 o'clock and a half. Il est 7h moins 20. So here we're going, since we're approaching 7 o'clock, we'll use basically subtraction. So it's 20 minutes less than 7. Il est 9h moins le quart. So here we have that quarter again, so it's a quarter till 9. Il est 11h moins 5. Et il est midi ou il est minuit. So here it depends on the time of the day, or it depends on if it's the middle of the day or the middle of the night. Okay, so to add minutes to an hour, you add them after heure. So we've already talked about this. In English, we'll say o'clock. They'll use heure in French. So il est 4h16. So it's 4:16. Note, the special words are used to mean quarter of an hour or half. So, il est 3h15, 3:15. Il est 11h30, so it's 11:30. Il est midi et demi. So here it's 12:30. So notice that we can add the et demi, et quart to words like noon in this case. So use heure, singular, for 1 o'clock. Use heure, plural, for hours after 1 o'clock. So they're pronounced the same. This is only going to matter when you're writing it. You'll add an I to demi if it follows heure, because heure is grammatically feminine. So an example here, il est 5h30 with an I there. Do not add an I to demi if it follows midi ou minuit, because they are grammatically masculine. So, il est midi et demi without the E. But once again, this doesn't matter. It's not pronounced, or it doesn't matter when you're speaking. It matters only when you're writing. To express a time that is approaching an hour, use the expression moins, less. So, il est 9h moins le quart. So here we're going to use the hour that it's approaching, and then we're going to subtract from that. So we do the same thing in English. It's 8:45, and it's, same thing as in French. Il est 9h moins le quart. Il est 10h moins 20. So we can also say in English, it's 20 to 10. To distinguish between AM and PM, you'll add du matin, or de l'après-midi, or du soir. So, for example, il est 10 heures du matin. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Il est 3 heures de l'après-midi. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Il est 8h30 du soir. It's 8:30 in the evening. Et voici quelques vocabulaires importants ou vocabulaire complémentaire. So here we have a few phrases. Être en avance is to be early. Être à l'heure is to be on time. Être en retard is to be late. And this is a specific expression, but you can use this in many different contexts. So, à quelle heure est-ce qu'on mange? So, at what time are we eating? We can use that for anything. À quelle heure arrive le train? So, what time does the train arrive? Something like that. Okay, un mot sur la culture. In most French-speaking countries, the 24-hour clock is used in formal conversations, in the news, and in publications like course schedules, train and plane schedules, movie times, and TV programs. With the 24-hour clock, you will use 13 to 24 to express the hours of 1 p.m. through midnight. For example, 3 p.m. is 15 heures. And 5:45 p.m. is 17h45. The expressions et demi, écart, moins le quart, midi, et minuit are not used. So this is thus, if your favorite show, if your favorite TV show is on at 8:30 p.m., you will see it listed as 20h30 in the TV guide. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice this a little bit. So can you convert the following times to the 24-hour clock? So remember, we'll just be adding 12 hours to each of these times. Ok, par exemple, il est 23h45. Il est 22h05. Il est 16h30. Il est 20h20. Okay, also I've added in some extra pictures in there, once again, from other parts of the French-speaking world, not just in France. So on the left, top left, we'll see Montpellier. That is actually in the south of France, but basically what I'm talking about is French-speaking world outside of Paris. On the top right, we have a neighborhood in Quebec, in the capital of Quebec. We have Saint-Martin. That would be directly under the photo of Quebec. On the left side, we have Strasbourg. And it looks quite German, but it's actually a part of France. Beneath that, we have a woman in a market in Senegal. And on the other side, we have a baker in Lyon, also in France. Okay, on a les trains au départ. So here, this might be something that you would see in a train station. So here we've got all of the hours, destinations, and extra notes about the trains and when they'll leave. So here we have horaire, which is essentially the schedule. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me when the train leaves and if it will leave on time or late. So, par exemple, le train à Nice part, so it leaves à 9h45. Il est en retard. So in this case, it's supposed to leave at 9:45, but since it's leaving late, it will leave after that. So go ahead and go through these, pause the video, and practice with the times, and then also practice using some of these expressions if it's on time or if it's late. Ok. Le train à Lille part à 10h40. Il est à l'heure. It will leave on time. Le train à Bordeaux part à 11h55. Il est à l'heure. Le train à Metz part à midi, mais il est en retard. Le train à Montpellier part à 13h15. Il est à l'heure. Le train à Paris part à 14h30. Il est en retard. Le train à Nancy part à 14h45. Il est aussi en retard. Le train à Genève part à 16h30 et il est à l'heure. Et le train à Berne part à 17h40 et il est aussi à l'heure. Ensuite, une autre activité. So here we have an example of many different classes and what time they start. Then we also have a sentence about when you would arrive or when somebody arrives. So it's up to you to decide if this person is late, early, or right on time. So, par exemple, le cours de musique est à midi. Vous arrivez à 12h15. Donc, je suis en retard. So take a minute here, go through 1 through 8, and we'll discuss the answers after you're done. Ok, numéro 1. Le cours de biologie est à 11h. Vous arrivez à 11h moins 20. Alors, je suis en avance. Je suis en avance. Numéro 2. Le cours de chimie est à 8h30. Vous arrivez à 8h30. Je suis à l'heure. Le cours de gestion est à 9h15. Vous arrivez à 9h30. Donc, je suis en retard. Le cours de comptabilité est à 10h. Vous arrivez à 10h moins le quart. Alors, je suis en avance. Le cours de génie mécanique est à midi. Vous arrivez à 12h30. Je suis en retard. Numéro 6, le cours de psychologie est à 2h. Vous arrivez à 2h. Alors, je suis à l'heure. Le cours de journalisme est à 3h. Vous arrivez à 2h30. Alors, je suis en avance. Et numéro 8, le cours de musique est à 4h. Vous arrivez à 4h20. Donc, je suis en retard. Ok, une autre activité. La question c'est en général, est-ce que tu es à l'heure en avance ou en retard pour les cours? Ok, pour être honnête, to be honest, je suis souvent en retard pour mes cours. Okay, la dernière activité. So here you're going to indicate at what time one should do the following activities in order to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. Write out the time in French. So the example here, we have on prend le petit déjeuner, we have breakfast, à 8 heures du matin. On va au gymnase entre 9 heures et 10 heures du matin. So obviously these are very subjective. You can make the case for a lot of different examples, but go ahead and write out some times for each of these. Okay, you don't have to be super precise. You can give a time window like that in that second one if you want, but I'm not going to go through all of these. I'll let you, hopefully you've given your own examples, and yours will be different than mine probably. So numéro 1, on déjeune à midi, normalement. Numéro 3, on travaille entre 8 heures et 16 heures. I would say between 8 and 4, that's healthy. Et numéro 6, on dort à 10 heures, par exemple. Of course, that depends on when you wake up and what activities you've been doing all day. But anyway, alors c'est fini. Merci et à bientôt. There's going to be another video, so go ahead and pop over to the next video before you move on to the discussion board and the MindTap homework.